With blood and rage of crimson red, ripped from a corpse so freshly dead, together with our hellish hate, we'll burn you all. That is your fate.
This is Red Lantern Russell from
Tomes of Evil,
and you're listening to Sector 2814, a Green Lantern podcast.
This is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on our comic book creator interviews, including our monthly Chichester chats with comic book legend D.G. Chichester, superhero movie brackets in our search for the worst comic book movie of all time, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Perich, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks podcast.
In brightest day,
in blackest nights,
no evil shall escape my sight,
but those who worship evil's might.
Beware my power.
Green Lantern's light. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Sector 2814, the Green Lantern podcast. Never imitated. Spoken of to me. I am Phil. Joining me as always, Master of the Chord is.
I am Will. Hi everyone.
And the Master of the dog whisperer himself,
the dog whimperer. Yeah. Hopefully you won't hear any dog cries, but maybe that's just the pregame show thing. Who locked the dog in? Me.
You. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right. So, hey, breaking news. Just happened half hour ago. They dropped the official Spider-Man No Way Home trailer.
Cool.
So, get a little more behind the scene, a little more about the plot, and I won't spoil it, but get a lot more Dr. Octopus in this one.
Who? I didn't know he had appeared yet. I don't know. That's weird.
It looks like we may. Well, I thought they said Jamie Foxx was showing up, and Electro maybe. Still just throwing pumpkin bombs out there, but hey, did you know Doctor Strange is in it?
Who?
No, Doctor Strange.
And his multiverse of madness, perhaps?
That's not till early next year. Well, no. Is it early next year? Or May, I think.
That's just what they want you to think.
Exactly. So what's everyone been watching?
Foundation is still really good.
Oh, yeah?
It's slow, but it's visually stunning. It's on Apple TV. But I think the final episode hits this Friday.
Nice.
And Hawkeye comes soon.
Yeah, the day before Thanksgiving. Yeah, a week from tomorrow. Yeah.
And then I think Discovery is this month, I think.
Yeah, I think that's coming. Yeah, that's coming soon too, I believe.
So lots of good things coming.
Let me look at my app. I think I have it in here. Discovery. Oh, Will, it might be this Thursday.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
You have something to watch with the missus.
That's right. More Discovery.
I discovered it just came back this Thursday. Matt.
Matt, you been watching anything?
No.
Besides the dog?
The dog, the baby, the sun going down sooner than it should.
I'm still mad about daylight savings time.
The nights feeling longer. No, I did go to a concert last night, which was fun. I went by myself. Dad's night out. So the Flaming Lips, which was very a lot of weird visual stuff going on. Confetti, bubbles. giant pink robot monsters, things like that. So it wasn't boring, that's for sure. So
Nice.
yeah.
So, I think what else is going on?
How about comic-wise? Sorry, excuse me.
Oh, the new Green Lantern came out this. I mean, I won't get it till tomorrow, but I think the next Green Lantern's out this week.
I heard it came out, but I have not. I've avoided all spoilers. I did see the preview. They had a preview of like the first 2 or 3 pages up on some site. I can't remember where it was, and it looks beautiful. I mean, the art. Marco, is it Santucci? I think. I don't know. I'm probably butchering that. And then Tom Rainey. I don't know if he's. I don't think I saw him listed for this one. I think it's Crisscross is doing the second.
Oh.
If I read that right, I could be wrong. It wouldn't be the first time in the last 5 seconds. So.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I like Crisscross used to do like that. The Captain Marvel series in like the mid or the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if that. Did you see it? It looks like maybe Marvel might be bringing back Genusfell.
Yeah, the Ron Lim Silver Surfer. I saw something about that. That looks really. I'll buy that. Ron Lim Silver Surfer. That takes me back because I was buying that off the stands, man.
But there was a new stand.
There was a new stand, and I went there and I bought Silver Surfer.
So sad. You really got to go looking for comics these days unless you just like buy them digitally or something.
Yeah.
Where's Lilith Hellfire? The 90s weren't 10 years ago.
So I have a weird way of keeping track of time. Okay, when it comes to comics,
what comics were out?
This is totally with respect to comics. So I really started reading comics, in the 80s.
Yeah,
when I was really young. So in my mind, all the Silver Age Marvel stuff, the Silver Age was the 60s, right? So that's the 60s are 20 years ago. And the 40s are, 40 years ago.
Oh, I know.
No.
I feel the same. I started late 80s and I read those 90s stuff. So it's like the stuff from like the early 2000s. I'm just like, that stuff wasn't that long ago. Meanwhile, it was 20 years ago.
That was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you get older, time speeds up.
It does. Now get off my lawn.
They used to walk uphill both ways to the newsstand.
Exactly.
The newsstand or the supermarket.
Yeah, I tell my kids, I tell the boys something, like I used to walk uphill both ways. They goes, wow, you weren't very smart then, were you, Dad? Thanks, kids. Thanks.
Yeah. Get ready for that, Conan.
Yeah.
When your child first bests you in mental gymnastics.
That was early on for the boys and me.
Yes. Yes, it'll come early. Beat you down savagely. Especially if they beat you in chess or something.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else is. Oh, the first part of the Flash came back tonight. That first part of that Armageddon crossover thing.
Oh, is that with Black Lightning and the rest of the?
Yeah, it was just the Atom tonight. I guess it's 5 weeks and each one's a different one. But the villain's Despero.
Oh, that's interesting.
I saw the previews and I'm like, he don't look like it, but he does transform in the episode. So I'm like, okay, now he looks more like himself.
Okay.
With the fin on his head. I'm trying to remember. I don't think they gave him the third eye, but they did give him the giant fin and make him pink or whatever.
Cool.
Old Justice League villain.
Mm-hmm.
The Royal Flush Gang did show up tonight too. So
very cool. They're pulling out the stops on all of the
at least on the Flash,
less known characters, right?
I don't know how much more they can do with the rogues and stuff, but. Let's see. I mean, he beat the Royal Flush. He beat the Royal Flush Gang like halfway through, so it's like because we needed cannon fodder. It's interesting. It was like they had a telepath, but it's like, well, telepath versus a guy who can think at like this speed of light.
Yeah, exactly. Who can speed his perceptions up?
Exactly.
I think that would give somebody a headache.
Or they couldn't read his mind. Or he thought something and then changed his mind. All right. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, is anyone going to go see Ghostbusters?
It looks good.
It's Paul Rudd. How can it not be good?
But I'm still kind of anti-congregating in places with other people at the moment.
True.
Yeah, I don't know. It's. I mean, this is a crazy week, so I'm probably not going to have time to see it when it comes out. But I do know my local drive-in. By local, I mean like 45 minutes away. Is showing it.
Yeah, that would be cool. I wonder what.
Yeah, they have the Ghost Mobile. Is it the Ghostbuster Mobile? Ecto 1. Yeah, Ecto 1. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I saw it. I think I saw it at a con before, but I was a couple weeks ago. I was walking out of my comic shop, and it's one. It was, I don't know if it's when he had the sidewalk sale. I saw like someone had a DeLorean, like all like tricked out to look like the Back of the Future DeLorean. Yeah, he had the plates on it and everything. Yeah.
Well, I did see a commercial for Ghostbusters toys. You know, they actually had a proton pack.
Oh.
It looked like, in permanent plastic. Yay! But yeah, it looked pretty cool.
Did you get
and maybe one of the little traps too? It was over pretty quick, and I was like, "Whoa, wait, was that what I thought it was?"
Yeah, I don't know. Will, you might, no offense, you might be kind of old, but Conan, did you ever have any of those Ghostbusters toys, like when that cartoon was out?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yep.
They came with little proton packs, like the.
I was a big fan. And then like later there's some like animated ones, like you squeeze Egon's legs and his jaw pops open. Yeah.
They had the Ecto 1 and stuff. Yeah. So see, kids, we didn't talk about Marvel tonight.
Yeah. I'm curious, is the reboot or the movie from a few years back, is that going to be in continuity? Or, I mean, I haven't seen it. I guess I need to watch it.
I never watched it either, but I think that was a lot of people's problems with it, is like they didn't like do anything with the original movies.
Mm-hmm.
So
it was just its own thing.
I like I said, I haven't watched it either, but I'm pretty sure that's what they said. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I heard it wasn't good, but again, I didn't see it, so.
Yeah, I'll have to watch it one of these days. It's got some good actors and actresses in it, so.
Yeah.
I bought a DVD copy at the dollar store. I have not watched it though.
Hey, anytime you buy like a comedy movie or anything, Kona, can you like write that off on your taxes?
Probably.
It's work related.
Nice.
Yeah.
If it has comedy or a duck on it, he can write that off.
It's the duck tours have suspended for the season, right?
Not yet. At the Sunday after November, after Thanksgiving. It's cold out there, man, and we have to have the windows at least halfway open just to be safe. And people don't like that. And it's not fun to be the enforcer of the window policy. That's for sure.
Well, it is. You are certainly right. It is definitely cold up north. It's even getting cold down here in the south. So
it's getting cold everywhere. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, hey, I have a question. I know, Matt, you've worked hard to get rid of your Boston accent. Does your character have a Boston accent?
Not really. Occasionally, I'll just throw it out there just to be for humor. I'll say this is Starbucks or this is the Boston Harbor. Although there have been two occasions where basically just to keep myself interested and not feel burnt out, where I did two tours. Well, because one was this group where the when I got on, the driver said they hoped our conductor would have a Boston accent, so I just didn't. I just did a Boston accent, somewhat toned down, not too obnoxious Boston accent the whole time. And then another time, it was just a group of people that spoke no English, and I didn't. I mean, I still wanted to give my tour, but I just did it with a kind of a little bit more over the top Boston accents.
So if they don't speak English, can you say anything? Just like pizza?
No, that's not a good idea to do that. Because people on this sidewalk can still hear you, and even if you think that they don't speak English, they probably, some people might know. So
we caught you.
Some words, right?
Yeah, it's best to play it safe.
All right, should we jump into these issues?
Oh,
you bet.
Most of which are Guy Gardner's.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. I got some of my synopses from somewhere else. So what is this? Comic Fine. All right. So first one is Guy Gardner Warrior 25, double-sized issue from November 1994.
Yeah. It didn't feel double-sized reading it. I don't know. Maybe there were lots of ads in it. I read the digital version, but
there were pinups in the back too, I believe, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
They filled it.
So it was annual-esque. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Writer Bo Smith, Mitch Bird, penciler, Albert de Guzman letterer, Dan Davis inker, Stuart Chaffetz colorist, and Eddie Berganza editor. Okay, in the extra size 25th issue, Warrior with the aid of the Phantom. This is random. With the aid of the Phantom Stranger. I mean, I guess to get him where he's going, maybe.
Yeah.
Plunges into a nightmarish world where he...
Wait. It opens with Guy Gardner sitting on his left hand. No.
Whoa.
Okay. All right. Too soon. Too hot out the gate. Okay.
Is that what they mean by Phantom Stranger?
Maybe.
With the aid of the Phantom Stranger plunges into...
All right, I'll let you continue.
It plunges into a nightmarish world where he battles the diabolic Dementor for the life of his estranged brother. During the course of the struggle, Guy Gardner discovers the truth behind his uncontrollable rages and fears he could become as dangerous as the villain he fights. Plus, Warrior learns about the death of his former love, Ice, and faces a different kind of battle, this time with his grief. Aww. And the synopsis doesn't say it, but what was that? It was like a random ex-girlfriend thrown in or something?
Yeah, she was in the coma realm too, yes. I thought.
So it was just like wasn't it? Was she from the year one where they got in the car wreck or whatever?
I think so, yeah.
But besides that, it's nice they brought it back. 'Cause that was Dixon, who did that? I think Chuck Dixon did that year one stuff. So
yeah, that was him.
He's both Smith's not ignoring everything that came before.
Everything in Guy Gardner kind of happens at this breakneck pace. There's really no downtime, right? It's just jump from one thing to the other, to the other, to the other.
Yeah.
And you just go with it. The art's nice. So we just go with it, right?
Just go with it. So yeah, what did everyone think? What, Coney, you didn't appreciate those pretty pinups in the back?
No, it's not that I didn't appreciate it. I was commenting. I was saying it didn't feel super long. I don't know.
Well, it wasn't.
I did feel I felt. Yeah.
It wasn't double sized. I was wrong.
I feel so lost in many ways.
Yeah. It's only extra sized. It says so. Yeah. What's extra? 2 pages, 3 pages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Extra sized.
Legalese.
Yeah.
What's extra?
Yeah. I still feel somewhat lost in this new Guy Gardner realm, and
I do not feel alone.
Transforms into this. Yeah. it doesn't look anything like the Guy Gardner that we started with before it became. I mean, he still somehow has awful footwear.
Yeah,
is exemplified in page 6. Apparently, definitely, it like goes up to his knees, and then the front goes a little bit over, just to be extra horrible. And
I mean,
the body makeup and the flat top. It's.
But I mean, you're right. He always has the bad footwear. I mean, where does he shop? The House of Liefeld?
Well, you can see his footwear.
Yeah,
that's true. And his chest isn't like, bigger than any woman's Captain America.
The art, Will's right. The art is good. It's very par for the course in this era. It's there's big, muscly bad guys doing weird things, becoming top cop, and it sort of reminded me. I think there was one of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies where Freddy Krueger's all his victims are like their faces are popping out of his stomach. He's walking around with them. And,
I think I agree. One of the reasons I think it's kind of hard to know what's going on is because there really there hasn't been a status quo in this book.
Yeah.
Since I don't know, the teens, or it was the teens.
Did Hal literally knock that out also?
He may have, or maybe Kyle blew it up when he blew up Oa.
Burn.
Right. But the Dementor is sort of like Freddy Krueger in some ways, although he only lives in the coma worlds, not in dreams, which is a bit of extreme. Or I guess he doesn't only live there, but it's where he thrives.
Well, I'm glad they at least get basic Cable there, because they must get cops, because he's there on that one page singing "Bad boys, what you gonna do?"
Oh yeah, it's staple 90s television, although it lasted way longer than that as well. Yeah, I mean, this is I certainly get Image vibes throughout this. I know Image was the hot new kid on the block, even with the naked girl. Kind of reminded me of the Max a little bit, and Dementor. I got some serious Violator vibes from it. I don't know. It's just, but that's just what sells. You try to kind of go off to it. I don't know. It was a fine enough issue, I guess. I mean, I think that they did something special, made it oversized because it's the 25th, and that's just what's expected of a series when it hits that milestone. If you don't have a Prism cover or something, at least make it a little bit bigger. I mean, Quasar 25 was a little longer, too, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I think it was a double size because it was the end of Cosmos and Collision. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So that was well timed.
I could sprinkle some pin particles on it to make it bigger.
Oh, and then
Guy Gardner also almost getting beheaded. That was interesting. Making himself an iron neck.
Oh, but the big thing is, yes, he gets they're like, hey, his buddies from the jungle, hey, we're gonna open a bar.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're gonna name it Warriors because sometimes you need to go where everyone knows your name.
That's right.
Where everybody knows your brand new rebranded name. Doesn't have the same ring to it, but
yeah.
So it was a Guy Gardner issue, hey?
Yeah.
All right, so should we jump to the next one?
You bet.
You thought this one was weird, kids. You ain't read nothing yet. All right. Let me jump to the next one. Guy Gardner, Warrior 26 from December 94. I think it's the same. Oh no, J.H. Williams, the third penciler.
Yeah, he's really good too.
Yeah, I think everyone else is the same here. Oh no, Wade Vaughn, Grob, Badger, Inker. They having trouble holding on to our teams here.
The other one was, remember, extra size, so maybe they just need to give him a break.
Oh, maybe, yeah. Yeah, definitely. All right. Warrior tests his new powers against the ultimate terrorist, the Black Serpent, a modern-day pirate who holds the president hostage in New York's World Trade Center. Oh, jeez, this thing is so dated. Because he calls the president Billy and, William, and then, they get the World Trade Center. Warrior's battles against the villain and his wowders become explosive as Guy Gardner's new powers prove to be a threat to the city as dangerous as the terrorists. But yeah, the president's in danger. Yeah, when the pirate crew attacks the skyscraper he's visiting. All right, so what do we think of this one?
Well, I didn't think it looked very much like Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
Maybe that's for legal reasons. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe there's one panel where it looked all right. I definitely don't think this guy was the ultimate terrorist, although the irony in a terrorist attacking the World Trade Center is it's kind of strange. But he's kind of a very jokey pirate, land-based pirate terrorist. I don't know. I mean, they did all like the standard Bill Clinton jokes, kind of saying like he's going to play the saxophone.
Yeah.
And, if they couldn't leave the building, if they could leave the building, I'm probably sure he would have went to a McDonald's or something.
Yeah,
exactly.
Pre-Lewinsky, so it wasn't right for that kind of.
Oh man, that one
hijinks.
Yeah, there were lots of very, very dated references in this one.
Yeah, I was surprised they went with like you could tell it's Bill Clinton just from calling him Billy and stuff. I'm like, don't comics usually, if they don't make up a president, just keep it vague. It's like, oh hey, Mr. President.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, yeah, they weren't hiding it. That's for sure.
So which one was weirder, this one or the last one?
I think this one was, because it just was kind of.
Let's go fight a terrorist.
Let's go fight a terrorist. Yeah, because okay, sure, why not? I've already had lunch, so yeah, let's go.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, we already recorded. We did it early, but some of us recorded the Christmas episode of Capes and Lunatics. We did the review of Die Hard, and I said to keep it, like family friendly. I said, here's what I'm going to say: Yippee-ki-yay, Matt Kona.
No, this was a typical Guy Gardner issue that just fly through it, right?
Action.
I mean, although this actually reads, I feel like these Guy Gardner issues read a little denser than the Green Lantern issue. That one seems to be doesn't seem to have as much density, as far as text or panels per page or anything like that. It seems to go real fast.
Well, I think they know what they have in the artist, and yeah, I don't know if it's like, is Mars trying to keep it, like, I don't want to say simple, but just keeping it light for a while? Maybe.
I don't know. It was. We'll talk about 60 in a minute.
Okay. Which is, I mean, whose sales were they trying to boost? Because, yeah, like the first two of that crossover, all the first two parts are in Guy Gardner, then they ended with Green Lantern. I thought they would have stuck that in the middle.
Yeah, I didn't understand that, but, there's so much I don't understand.
What, with Guy Gardner? All right, so let's get to let's start Capital. What is it? Capital Punishment. From Guy. It starts in Guy Gardner number 27. If I can get to it. Here we go. Part 1 of the 3-part story. Basically, I think it's the same team again from the first one. So, part 1 of the 3-part Capital Punishment, guest starring Steel. Guy Gardner teams with John Henry Irons when Warrior arrives in Washington, D.C. to rescue his brother, remember Melissa, from the Quorum.
Melissa.
But the Quorum has activated Sledge, a super soldier from the past with orders to kill. Plus, Superman makes a cameo appearance. Boy, I was surprised they had such a, they got along so. All right. So,
yeah.
Yeah, because it's weird because, guys like, oh, I'm like half alien now. Superman's like, I get you.
I'm all alien, Guy. What's your? I don't understand what you're saying.
Just wait 10 years. We're gonna wipe that. We're gonna wipe that DNA clean.
That's right.
So,
because that's the way the Lanterns do it, baby.
Yeah, but I'm sorry. Well, I mean, yeah, it's cool they went with Steel, but it's like after Superman leaves, Guy even says he's like, oh, I should ask them to help look for my brother. And he's like, it's my fight anyway.
Why don't I just call the Phantom Stranger and say, hey, dude, where's my brother?
You don't call the Phantom Stranger. The Phantom Stranger calls you.
That's right.
And then Sledge.
Yeah.
I've seen him float around the DC universe, and I didn't know where he came. Like his first showed up. I guess it's here. I guess.
I don't know.
It seems like he was.
This is the only time I've ever seen him.
Yeah. I mean, I think other stories they've used him as like background, or just hey, we need a big guy to hit, so here you go.
Here's a tank.
Yeah, exactly. Let's cross Captain America and the Hulk. Here you go.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of like those memes that say like we have blank at home, and it says this at home. We have Juggernaut at home.
That's very fair. That's fair.
Oh, please.
Sledge. That's the orange stuff from the Sunny D commercial.
I was gonna say.
Wait.
I was gonna say, does he have a?
Is
sister?
that a guitarist?
That's Slash. No, does he have a sister?
She a musician?
So yeah,
and this is just a giant slugfest. I mean,
yeah, just Guy and Steel throwing one-liners at each other. Yeah,
right. Yeah, it was kind of hard to see if they were on the same page or just keep. Yeah, Steel didn't have the greatest showing, either with the one-liners or with the fight. Really.
Yeah, because he only shows
seemed a little out of character for Steel. That doesn't seem like the Steel that was, showing up in Steel and all the super books too. So
I don't know if they're just like, because wasn't he in Washington D.C. in his own book? So it's like, oh, hey, let's have Steel. Well, it's like again 3-part story. He only shows up in like the second half of the first issue. It's like I don't know, does he kind of get overshadowed by Superman showing up in the beginning of the issue?
Maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's like Steel comes in and he leaves. Like it seems like he's out real quick. Again, maybe we're just trying to boost each other's books. I don't know.
I like how they brought down the Washington Monument.
Yes. Look out! Everyone, look out!
The chopper.
Get to the chopper. Oh, there you go. I mean, we're going to get him in a couple minutes, but Major Force, what if we got Schwarzenegger to play Major Force? I mean, I don't know if he'd do it now, but back in the day, I could have seen him playing Major Force. And he played Mr. Freeze, for God's sake. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just thumbing through this issue. Yeah, this is pure 90s goodness. What about Guy who daydreaming in the beginning?
Batman says, yes, he's so much smarter than I am.
What a great mind, if only I was as smart as Guy.
Yeah.
I know you ask kids, it's the age of mullet Superman.
Mullet Superman was really a thing.
For a few years, yes, kids.
Mm-hmm.
From the time,
and so was Electric Superman.
Oh yes. But the long hair lasted
longer. Ha
that's what she said. Sorry, I've been watching The Office way too much. Oh, but then the end of this issue, Guy figures, hey, I'm in Washington. I'll go spend Christmas with my mother, even though I haven't done that in years.
Uh-huh.
And then he comes home, and who's sitting in his kitchen with the open refrigerator?
Oh, jeez. Going back to that world, wow.
That old gag.
Yeah.
So is that like his? I mean, I guess that was they're trying to like shock us, but it's like, is that Major Force's thing? Like murder by refrigerator or something? Yeah.
He does make a joke about it. He mentions a microwave.
Oh,
you know,
right?
Is that the next issue? Yeah, there's like one issue. He's like, yeah, because she wouldn't fit in the microwave or something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what a jerk! All right, should we get to the next one?
You bet.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So, Guy Gardner, Warrior 28. Same team. February 95. Warrior goes berserk when he learns that Major Force may have been responsible for his mother's death. Even if Guy Gardner lets the villain live, Green Lantern Kal Rayner has his own vendetta with Major Force. So, I almost forgot, because at first I was like, wait, is this the first time he's meeting Kal? Then it's like, oh, no, 0 Hour. They meant 0 Hour.
0 Hour, yeah.
Because he's like, oh, hey, kid, you pulled a Superman, came back from the dead. Because he saw him disappear with Hal. He's like, I kind of had to kill him.
Yeah, I went to Oa. Notice he didn't say, and I blew it up.
I mean, it's Guy, though. I mean, if he would have been like, that's the only way I could have stopped Hal, Guy would have been like, okay. Everyone there was dead anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Because
the Guardians evacuated
Mosaic got evacuated. But yeah, again, with just big slugfest in the beginning with Guy and Major Force, and then Kal shows up. And Dementor still running around?
Yeah.
But I how about that scene where Major Force throws the shock, and Guy's like, he's like, man, if I still had my ring, man, I can make like a catcher's mitt or something, but what am I gonna do? And that's when Kal shows up.
And catches it, yeah.
Yeah, something a lot cooler than a catcher's mitt, though.
Yeah.
Unless it's a catcher's mitt with spikes, it's hard to tell.
Then he catches a bus.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, literally catches a bus, not boards a bus.
Saw that one coming up the street.
Yeah.
And then after Major Force gets away, Cal's like, wait a minute, he was in your mom's kitchen?
No.
By the fridge. So then Guy's like, get us there quick as you can. So they get back, but it's not Guy's mom. It's the neighbor or something whose house or something.
Thelma or somebody, yeah.
Yes, Thelma's house sitting for Louise.
Yeah. Yes, it's the 90s.
Oh boy.
So this issue went.
I couldn't tell if they were like joke names for each other or those are really the characters' names. But.
I figured the issue just went over the cliff really fast. Oh, and then he gets an anonymous tip from, I was going to say Aricia? No, it's the one who looks like.
Yeah.
Although they kind of made her look more, like a normal human, because she seemed orange in like some of those earlier appearances. Now she's, she looks like a normal woman, like a human woman, unless her tan just faded or something.
That happens.
Although Guy looks pretty tan. And the dialogue in this, come on kids, this is Shakespeare. Major Flop, welcome to Hurt City. I love Guy's like, good one. Because that was from Cal, kids, not even Guy. So then, they're beating on Major Force. And who shows up at the end? That's right, kids, it's Melissa.
Or is it?
Well, it's someone or something in Melissa's armor.
Uh-huh.
All right, kid. So, what did you guys think of this one?
Let me catch my breath.
Hey, at least it seemed like a lot more happened in this issue.
A lot happened.
It seemed like more happened in this issue than the extra sized issue, almost.
Uh-huh. I don't know where to start. Matt, save us.
Oh, don't look at me. I mean,
help us, Obi-Wan. Help us, Obi-Wan Conan. You're our only hope.
If you're going to start the first of a 3-part arc, I guess this is one way to do it. You throw a lot at the wall, and
this is part.
This is the second part, right?
Yeah, this is part 2.
The second part. I'm sorry. Yeah. Right. Well, right. Yeah.
That wall's coded. Come on.
Right. It's at least we get into some Green Lantern, and but man, I mean, especially since like after the ending of the issue before, we kind of know this MF's MO in terms of Bridges. So, but the man chomping heads, highway throwdowns, OJ references. I bring up OJ a lot in the podcast because I wonder how it's very interesting to me how it informs the culture, and they just tackle it head on with a white Bronco joke in the middle.
So it wasn't
just kind of your mommy. Give my regards to your mommy. Yeah, but
so it wasn't.
And like a woman was still murdered and thrown in a fridge, and they kind of they're like, oh, it wasn't my mom, so just a lady.
Wasn't no one we know
watching the cat, which is also in the freezer, and yeah.
So it wasn't Guy's mother. Yeah, I know. Someone still died, but it wasn't Guy's mother. So it's like if the refrigerator doesn't fit, you must have quit.
Oh,
yeah. Why did Bo Smith just feel this burning desire to be so topical? It's like, hey, look, we talk all about, we're hip. We talk about current stuff. Meanwhile, it ages the book now that you read it.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine some kid reading this book now and be like, wait, what?
Who? Yeah, Billy. Who's that? He played a saxophone.
Oh yeah, we learned about him in history class.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this thing is just kind of all over the place, but I mean, the art's good and it rushes along at breakneck speed.
And I love how they did, like, the first 2 parts were here, so it's like for the finale, I guess Bo Smith was just like, here, Ron Mars, you do something with this. So, should we jump to the last one, the Green Lantern issue?
Yes.
Sounds good to me.
I was going to say, if nothing else.
See how the dismount goes.
Oh! That's what she said. Alright, so, yeah, part 3 of Capital Punishment, Green Lantern, number 60 from March 1995. We got writer Ron Mars, penciler Daryl Banks, inker Romeo Tangle, colorist Steve Matson, letterer Albert de Guzman, and editors Kevin Dooley and Eddie Berganza. But we got a Mitch Burden Romeo Tangle cover. So, yeah, Capital Punishment Act 3. Guy Gardner and Cal face off against Melissa and Major Force. Cal wants to kill Major Force, but can't bring himself to do it. But Guy can and does, but not before Major Force kills Guy's brother. Or
which, I found that kind of shocking.
What?
That the brother was there. They just killed him right off.
Yeah.
That just happened. It's just done. That's it. I'm like, wait a minute. This has been a recurring character now for, what, a year and a half, maybe?
Yeah.
And they don't even kill him off in his own book, in the book, they don't even kill him off in Guy Gardner. He gets killed off in Green Lantern. I just thought that was weird.
I mean, he was originally created by Dixon, right? I'm trying to remember. Did Mitch Bird make him militia, or was that still Chuck Dixon? Was Mitch Bird just like, yeah, I'm done with it. I don't know. I can't do anything else with this guy.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, it was just weird.
You know, that's not the oddest thing we've seen tonight, but yeah, that seems pretty odd.
Yeah.
Oh, and actually, kind of Kyle won't kill him because that's not what Green Lanterns do. But then he doesn't stop Guy from killing him, which is kind of what Green Lanterns are supposed to do, right?
Yeah, but come on. I mean, who's going to blame him for taking out this MFer? Come on.
Yeah, I know.
But again, again, that gives Guy, time to say, hey, some of us are heroes and some of us are warriors.
Yeah.
Get it? Gonna hype up that name.
Now, I did find the last page very interesting.
Oh, yes. I wonder, or in the next to last page, too.
Yes.
We, because after the Corn packs up shop and Kyle and Guy have their little talk, yeah. First epilogue, we see a pair of feet in the desert.
Huh. Wonder who that could be.
I wonder who. I don't know, William. Do you have any thoughts on who the person in the desert could be? I don't want to spoil it for you, kids.
We're not going to spoil it.
I, of course, love Hal Jordan.
And we get a green light shooting down into. Is that supposed to be New York, or is that supposed to be the West Coast?
I think it's Central Park, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure. Let's say here.
Yeah.
Why is this page not turning?
We get a very, very dapper looking.
Oh, yeah, it does say New York. Okay.
Hip and with it Ganthit.
Yeah, speaking of long hair. I know his little blazer and everything. Yeah.
His wardrobe is very on point.
So yes, he's looking for someone. I wonder who that could be.
I don't know.
Let me see how you've been doing. All right. Let me see your assignment. How have you been doing?
You blew up what?
I went home, but my home wasn't there anymore.
What happened to my home?
Hey, did you find that green rock? Did you find that green rock I left for you?
Oh, yeah.
Seems like I'm getting a package every other day.
So thoughts on this? Matt Kona's in shock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it's interesting that Kyle and Guy sort of, I don't know if hit it off is the right word, because we saw them interact before, but they definitely have a better relationship than Hal and Guy seem to have. I know it's a different one, but there's not, I don't know, he's not in the situation where he has to suffer for the sins of the predecessor. It's just sort of, I mean, Guy Gardner's got other things to worry about, and Kyle, Green Lantern, is sort of helping out. But yeah, the killing was a little bit shocking, and I mean, this was like the second issue, correct? Like where it just asked on the cover, who will kill him, and
I know, spoilers. It's like, someone's gonna kill him.
Right? Yeah.
I don't know. This really didn't feel like at least to me, it didn't feel like an issue of Green Lantern.
Yeah.
It just felt like, of course.
Well, it really isn't when you think about it. It's basically Guy Gardner, but I guess they just wanted to do the crossover for the numbers or something. I mean, because again, all three of these could have been in Guy Gardner.
Well, but I kind of feel that way ever since the end of him getting back to Earth. After the repercussions of 0 Hour, they've all seemed to be just kind of one-shot stories that just done, one and done, which is cool, but there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of connective tissue, of keeping it as like one story as opposed to a bunch of individual stories, at least from what I see. And that probably is by design, I would think. I mean, I think Matt's probably right. These are these are, there to keep people, make it easy people to jump on, make it easy for people to jump on the book because you get a complete story, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I guess I'm looking for a little more Green Lantern style action than what we've been getting the last several issues of the title.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's a lot of crossovers. Like we did that Titans crossover. Now we're doing the Guy Gardner crossover. I mean, between the Titans stuff and this, I mean, we've had what two issues. So yeah. Again, once we get past this, I mean, it starts picking up. Once next issue's kind of a fill-in, but yeah, after that we kind of start picking up. And maybe just Mars finally found the direction, especially when he's in Saddle. And again, even before the Titan stuff, we had to do 0 Hour. I mean, geez, Cal was like, 3-4 months in, and it starts dropping him into crossovers and team-ups. And
universe-altering crossovers. Sorry.
by the greatest villain we've ever seen. See, I thought Major Force didn't come back for longer, but I guess we will see him again in Guy Gardner 43. So,
so maybe that death wasn't quite as deadly as we thought it was.
In comics, get out of here!
I know.
So yeah, towards the end of the Guy Gardner series, we'll see Major Force. It's 96, so. Can't keep a good MFer down, can you? So, any other thoughts, Mr. Kona? Since this is probably the first time you've experienced this.
Yeah. It seems. I hope Warrior finds his mom, and he doesn't have to break the news about the cat and her friend being dead in their kitchen. And buys her a new house in Baltimore.
I know.
Yeah.
Boy, I thought this would be a better Guy Gardner week, but yeah. Well, that's a low bar. That's a low bar.
But... Good point.
Again, once we clear the Guy Gardner stuff, I mean, it's pretty much just a lot of Green Lantern, and drop a few other things in there, but.
Which is kind of the point of the podcast, right?
Exactly. And Will's just clocking time until 2004 rolls around.
What could happen in that year? I don't know. Gosh, golly gee.
His favorite person comes back and sucker punches DC's mascot. Oh, God. All right. I was looking at the schedule for next week. I'm sorry, boys. All right, next week, Guy Gardner 29 in annual number 1 and Dark Stars 29.
Actually, I did not buy Guy Gardner. I think I bought Guy Gardner up until he lost the ring, so before the year 1 type thing for him. But I do remember buying Guy Gardner number 29 because it had like a gatefold cover on the front, and the artist was Phil Jimenez, who would eventually do Wonder Woman and all those things. Awesome artist.
Yeah.
So I remember buying that one.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know where it is at the moment, but I've got it somewhere.
It won't play right. It won't stack right. Here you know. But yeah,
Eclipso. Sorry.
A lot of Guy Gardner in the next 2 weeks, but yeah, then don't worry. Then the last 2 weeks of the year, we'll get a bunch of Cal.
So next week is 29 through what?
29, the first annual, and then Dark Stars 29.
And what about the week after that?
Guy Gardner 30 through 32, and Action Comics 709. Guy makes an appearance in Action Comics.
With mullet suits.
Yes. They did the homage to when him and the Eradicator were on the cover of Action Comics.
Oh, okay.
So this time it's him and mullet Superman. And then just there's only then 2 more episodes after that to round out the year. Green Lantern plus Ray number 1, Green Lantern 61, and Aquaman 10 in 3 weeks. And then the final episode of the year will be Dark Stars 30 through 33, And Green Lantern 62 through 64, someone comes visiting.
Who could that be?
Somebody hits New York. Well, a whole bunch of guest stars. What is that? That's 64. A lot of people show. All right. So, yes, kids, send your thoughts on all of that. That's the rest of 2021. Email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can follow Sector 2814 on Facebook, on Twitter. Go join the Book of OR Facebook fan group. Find links to all the social medias for all the shows we do. The YouTube channel. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel. The link, get a link to that. See Matt Kona talking about all those MFers. But please, most importantly, if you can, please subscribe to the Patreon. Once again, we have no Guardians of the Universe behind us. We're on our own, so please, anything you can contribute would greatly be appreciated. Or if you want to buy some merch, we got the store, cups, t-shirts, phone cases, more coming soon. So find links to all of that all in one place. That's Linktree, linktr.ee/capesandlunatics. All right, Matt Kona, where can people talk to you, even if they don't speak English?
At MATTKONA, and I will tweet or Instagram comment you in a very thick Boston accent if you want.
The yin to Darkhawk's yang.
It's a bit of a heel turn.
He gives me his bone. See you later, bunkies!
Alright, Will Allred, master of the Lantern Corps, master of the Quantum Zone, master of the Crossover Division. Where can people find you?
You can find me at Walred. That would be at Gmail and Twitter and Facebook and probably Instagram too, although I don't know that I've logged in there in forever. But if you want to check out my self-published crossover division with some amazing artists, it's crossoverdivision.com or Diary of Night at diaryofnight.com. And if you want to find out all kinds of cool stuff about Quasar, check out the Quantum Zone at quantumzone.org.
I blew that.
Oh my.
Seems like I'm getting a package every other day.
And kids, you may not know this, but
I, of course, love Hal Jordan. I am God.
There's Hal. There's Hal.
I am God.
Okay.
Star Blast, the crossover that keeps on giving.
Alright, kids, again, thanks for joining us again next week. Guy Gardner 29, the market grand opening. Guy Gardner 81 in March 1st, 29. Come on, kids, come here. So we can get 3 times 3,000 that hell out of it. First year, Sector 214. All right, kids. Come back next time. And remember, how many times am I going to tell you this? Keep an eye on that damn fridge.
I am Connor from the House of L.
And I am Ray from the House of Zod.
We are two of the many, many survivors of Krypton's destruction, and we have made our home in Australia, and dare I say, have become Australians, for better or worse. But we have also decided to read Superman comics, read Superman books, watch Superman shows, cartoons, movies, basically everything Superman, and from an Australian perspective as well. Whether you're a seasoned fan, like me,
or whether you are coming in fresh, wide-eyed and wanting to learn more like me, then this podcast is for you. Join us for our bi-weekly adventures available on all good podcast catchers.
So just search for Last Sons of Krypton, a Superman podcast. We'll be coming to you from Australia or some cosmic dimension, wherever we are that week. Up,
and away.